Hey everybody, can you believe that we are like literally today at the halfway mark through this year? Tomorrow, July 1st, we start the second half of the year. And it's been wild, as I think we can all attest to. But I wanted to give you kind of a quick wrap up of where we are right now as we're just barely into our summer months, but it's certainly a different year than any other year. So I wanted to kind of recap where we are in the market and just share with you what I see on the horizon for the rest of this year. So we got pending sales data today. It was up 8%, which quite honestly, I was a little startled by that because, of course, lack of inventory. Lack of inventory seems to be like the answer to every question. But pending sales were up 8% year over year, and that's a good sign. But then when you look at like the other data that came in today, it was purchase applications are down. We are down 17% from this time last year, which that's just huge. But the reason is inventory. Inventory, like I said, is like the response for just about every question out there, I guess you could say. Interest rates are pretty stable. I do see them moving higher as we move through the summer months. Has a lot to do with the inflation pressures. They are saying that they're transitory and not permanent, I guess, would be like the opposite of transitory. But I do think, that by the end of this year, we will be looking at rates slightly higher, but how much is higher? An eighth, a quarter? It's just really hard to gauge because we're just in uncharted territories. We've had a country that's been shut down, and now we're going back to work. And obviously here in Texas, things have been pretty much this way for quite some time. But across the country, there's many states that have been shut down and just now starting to reopen. So as all of that comes back into the market and fuels activity, we will see some pressure on mortgage rates. But like I said, I think my guess would be a 0.25% higher, and right now we're pretty solid in the 3 1/8, 3 1/4 column, just depending upon the scenario. But that's pretty much where rates are right now. So maybe 3.5 by the end of the year. That does affect people's purchasing power. In fact, today I put together a report for a client who is purchasing a home around $450. She thinks she's going to put 20% down, so that leaves a $360 mortgage. And so I looked at where interest rates are today, and then did a future forecast and not really a forecast, but a future dot plot, you might say, where I plotted, a 3.5% rate and a 3 5/8 and 3 3/4. Just to see like if she wanted to keep her principal and interest payment exactly the same as it would be right now today at the 450 mark, what does that do to her home price? How does it drop down to keep the principal and interest consistent? So I'm putting together a lot of information like that for clients so they can see what the cost of waiting is and what it will get them. And also looking at, and this is kind of cool, but looking at, okay, what if you wait? What if you wait 6 months and home prices do stabilize, they stop going up so crazy, but interest rates rise? Or what if home prices continue to rise and interest rates rise? Or what if? So putting together all these what ifs so people can make an educated decision instead of an emotional decision. So that's some of the stuff I've been working on because, as we all know, these are just crazy different times. Another piece of information that came out today that I was really excited about because I'd like to build an outdoor pergola. Lumber prices. Lumber prices are down from $1,573 down to somewhere in the $800 range now. So they've come back down. They're certainly not where they were, but that runaway lumber price has helped. Some of the other things I'm seeing is builders are putting together lots of internal controls so that they can manage their pipelines. I see some builders that are just not taking any orders. I've heard rumors that another builder has 200 people on their waiting list for one neighborhood. I've heard other sales reps of builders locking the front door of the sales office because they just can't take any more people coming in. So I'm sure you guys have heard just as many, if not 10 times more stories than me. We are living in interesting times. And so for that reason, I feel it's just really important to equip our buyers with as much information as we can so that they can make intelligent financial decisions. Because let's face it, even though people buy homes on emotion, it's a huge financial transaction. So we need to make sure that everything is lined up correctly. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a great first half of your year. I hope you're celebrating today some great numbers for the first half and are excited about the second half. I do believe that we are going to continue to have a good turnout of home buyers. When we look at birth charts, and that's a lot of how a lot of the forecasting comes into play with what first-time home buyers are going to look like. What we see when we're looking at these birth charts and we're looking back into the 90s, we've got a lot of kids, young adults. I'm old now. They're not kids, they're young adults. We have a lot of young adults that are aging into the first-time home buyer market. The big age is that 31 to 33 age group. That's the sweet spot. And for the next 3 years, we've got more of those than we've ever had in history. So gear up because it's going to be an interesting couple years, I do believe. So I'm excited about what is on the horizon. I hope you are too. And if I can help you in any way, please reach out. I'd love to partner with you and put in your buyer's hands some of this information to help them make really smart financial decisions. So happy first half of the year and happy July come tomorrow. Have a great day.